What is the best persuasion technique to get customers to say yes?
Well, I don't believe that there's one persuasion technique that's best. I believe it's a mixture of numerous techniques. So I'll give you three of the best techniques that I use and teach to salespeople. Technique number 1 is tag questions. Technique number 2 is social proof. And technique number 3 is to tell a story. So let me just break them down one by one. The first one, tag questions, is one of the most powerful techniques to get people to say yes to you. I underestimated myself for years and learned it about 10 to 12 years ago and didn't use it for about 5 years of that until I was sold by someone using tag questions on me. So let me give you an example of what tag questions are. They are tagged on at the end of a question, so it's isn't it, couldn't it, wouldn't it, doesn't it, that type of stuff. So if I was to give you an example, if you're listening to a client and he's telling you the key thing for him is value, and then you're recapping back and you're saying, so the key thing from what I'm getting from that, Stephen, is value for you, isn't it? And you're nodding away there, just the thing. So it's getting these to come out naturally, but using the words like wouldn't it, and couldn't it, and doesn't it. Now the main thing is that you spread them throughout your conversation, whether it's telephone selling or face-to-face, because you can imagine what it would sound like if we were just saying them one after the other. It would sound ridiculous. So that's tag questions, and do not underestimate them. They are really, really powerful, aren't they?
They are.
Okay, there's another one. I've done it again, haven't I? So that's tag questions. The next one is social proof, and this comes from Dr. Robert Cialdini in America. He done vast studies on persuasion and influence. And social proof, many people think when I mention social proof, it's testimonials, which is one part of social proof. But the social proof that we're talking about is using it in your language. And it's, to give you an example, it's if everybody's doing it, it must be right. So to give you examples, if the fire alarm went off here, and you've been told that the fire exit's there, but everybody was running out this way, which way would you go? You would tend to probably go with the crowd. So if everybody's doing it, it must be right. So how do you use this in your selling? Well, you use it in your language. When you're talking to a client, you'll say things like, everyone that I deal with at the moment is going with this, or most people that take that are also taking this. Would you like to be the same? So it's in your language with most and all and everyone, that type of stuff. Very, very powerful for persuading people. And you've probably seen it before. Have you shopped on Amazon?
I sure have.
Yeah. So Amazon use it a lot. If you buy something on Amazon, you'll notice down the bottom, right below it, they say people who bought this also bought that. So they're using social proof there to upsell you onto more products. So that's a very, very powerful way of getting people to say yes to you as well. And the third, which is underestimated by most people, is to tell a story. People are captivated by stories. It's programmed into us from a young age. So, when you're sitting there as a kid and once upon a time, you're captivated. And you'll notice a lot of politicians will start off with a story. It captures the audience's attention. So tell a story to your clients. Let's say they throw an objection your way. You can tell a story about someone who was in their position and they were thinking the exact same way as them. They were going to go with someone else because, let's just say, they were cheaper. And you tell a story about what happened to that person who went with the cheaper alternative. Or you tell a story about the person who decided to go with yourself and what happened that way. You can use a lot of persuasion and stories. So 3 key things there to get people to say yes. So tag questions, social proof, and tell a story.